Aya sat at her desk in the classroom, flipping through her textbook quietly. Her thick, dark glasses slipped down her nose, and she adjusted them, making sure no one noticed her. She preferred to stay invisible, blending into the background. It was easier that way. The bell rang, signaling the end of lunch. Students hurried into the room, chattering about weekend plans, gossip, and the latest social media trends. Lynn May strutted to her desk, her head held high, exuding confidence. Her sharp gaze scanned the room, and it landed on Aya. Lynn's lips curled into a smirk, and she sauntered over to Aya's desk, followed by her friends. Well, well, if it isn't the school's resident nerd, Lynn May sneered, tapping her long manicured fingers on Aya's desk. What are you reading, scholarship girl? Aya felt the familiar sting of embarrassment rise within her but kept her cool. It's just a science book, she mumbled, keeping her head down. A science book? How boring! Tina laughed, her voice high-pitched and mocking. Why would anyone want to read that? You must have a lot of time on your hands, considering no one wants to hang out with you, Min added, flipping her hair dramatically. Aya clenched her fists under the desk, but she said nothing. She didn't want to give them the satisfaction of seeing her upset. Come on, girls, let's leave the ugly to her books, Lynn May said with a smirk, turning on her heel. We have better things to do. The girls laughed as they walked away, their cruel words hanging in the air. Aya let out a sigh of relief once they were gone, but she couldn't shake the feeling of frustration building up inside her. She didn't want to be seen as just the ugly scholarship student. But if anyone knew her real identity, things would change, dramatically. Aya walked through the school courtyard on her way to her next class, her eyes focused on the ground as usual. She preferred it that way. No eye contact, no attention. But today was different. She felt someone's gaze on her, and when she looked up, her eyes met those of Kai, the popular boy at Silvercrest Academy. Kai smiled at her, and Aya's heart skipped a beat. Why was he looking at her? Hey, Kai said, his voice warm and friendly. You're in my biology class, right? Aya, right? Aya blinked, surprised that he even knew her name. Yes, that's me, she stammered, feeling her face heat up. Kai's smile widened. I thought so. You're really smart, aren't you? I've seen you answer some pretty tough questions in class. Aya felt a mix of embarrassment and surprise. No one, especially not someone like Kai, had ever complimented her on her intelligence before. I like science, she said quietly, unsure of what else to say. Kai chuckled softly. That's cool. Maybe you can help me out sometime. I'm terrible at biology. Aya nodded shyly. Sure, I'd be happy to help. As they continued talking, Aya felt something she hadn't felt in a long time, a spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, Kai wasn't like the others. Maybe he could be different. Lynn May watched from a distance as Kai and Aya spoke in the courtyard, her jaw clenched in frustration. Why was Kai talking to her? Aya was nothing, just some weird scholarship student who didn't belong in their world. She wasn't pretty, she wasn't popular, and she certainly wasn't rich. Lynn May had liked Kai for as long as she could remember. He was handsome, charming, and came from one of the richest families in the country. He was perfect for her, or at least that's what she thought. But now, Kai was spending time with Aya? The thought made Lynn May furious. She couldn't let this go on. I can't believe Kai is talking to that ugly girl, Tina said, wrinkling her nose in disgust. He must feel sorry for her, Wei added, rolling her eyes. There's no way he actually likes her. Or maybe he's just being nice because she's helping him with his homework, Min suggested. Lynn May smirked, her mind racing with ideas. It doesn't matter why. What matters is that we make sure Aya knows her place. Tina raised an eyebrow. What are you planning, Lynn? Lynn May's smirk widened. You'll see. After her conversation with Kai, Aya felt a little lighter, though she was still wary. She had never expected someone like Kai to show interest in her, and a part of her still wondered if it was all just a cruel joke. Aya! I saw you talking to Kai earlier. That's pretty cool, Lily said as they walked to class together. Aya smiled, feeling a little more comfortable around Lily. Unlike Lynn May and her friends, she was friendly, down to earth, and loved books just as much as Aya did. Yeah, it was a surprise, Aya admitted. I didn't think someone like Kai would even know my name. Well, why wouldn't he? You're one of the smartest people in school, Lily said with a grin. Aya blushed. Thanks, but I'm not sure if that's why he's talking to me.
Lily shrugged. You never know. But even if it's just for help with schoolwork, it's still nice to make new friends, right? Aya nodded, feeling grateful for Lily's kindness. Lynn May couldn't stand the idea of Aya getting closer to Kai. She had to do something, and she had to do it fast. We need to make sure Aya knows she doesn't belong, Lynn May said to her friends as they huddled together in the school's garden after class. What are you going to do? Tina asked eagerly. Lynn May grinned mischievously. We're going to humiliate her, in front of everyone. How? Min asked, intrigued. There's a big school event coming up next week, right? Lynn May said, her voice filled with excitement. We'll make sure Aya looks like a fool. Leon's eyes lit up. Oh, this is going to be good. The girls began planning their trap, determined to embarrass Aya and make her regret ever thinking she could fit in. But what Lynn May didn't know was that her plan would backfire in the most spectacular way. The school buzzed with excitement as the day of the big event drew near. It was the annual Silvercrest Charity Gala, a grand affair where students, teachers, and even parents gathered to raise funds for local causes. Everyone looked forward to it, not just for the charity aspect, but for the glitz, glamour, and the chance to dress up. Aya, on the other hand, felt a pit of anxiety growing in her stomach. She didn't particularly enjoy large events, especially since she preferred to remain unnoticed. She hadn't planned on attending, but Lily, ever the supportive friend, convinced her to go. It'll be fun, Aya, Lily said enthusiastically as they walked down the hallway together. Plus, you need a break from all that studying. I bet you've never even seen a fancy school event like this before. Aya smiled softly, appreciating Lily's kindness. Little did Lily know, Aya had attended countless glamorous events in her life, as a superstar. But at Silvercrest, she had kept that part of her life carefully hidden. I don't know, Lily. I'm not great with big crowds, Aya admitted. You don't have to worry about that. We'll stick together and no one's going to bother us, Lily reassured her. And who knows? Maybe you'll even get to dance with Kai. Aya's cheeks flushed at the mention of Kai. While she tried not to think about it too much, she couldn't deny that she had developed a small crush on him. He was kind, funny, and didn't seem to care about the usual superficial things that consumed the other students. All right, Aya said with a shy smile. I'll go. Lily grinned from ear to ear. Yes, I knew you'd say yes. Now let's find something fabulous for you to wear. Meanwhile, Lynn May and her friends were busy preparing for their grand scheme. They had planned everything down to the smallest detail. Lynn May knew that this event was her chance to completely humiliate Aya in front of the entire school, and Kai. The plan is foolproof, Lynn May said smugly as she sat with her friends in the cafeteria. By the end of the night, Aya will be so embarrassed she'll never want to show her face here again. What are you going to do? Tina asked, her eyes gleaming with excitement. Lynn May leaned in closer and whispered, During the dance, we'll spill a drink on her. Then we'll make it look like she's trying to steal money from the charity box. Everyone will see what a lowlife she is. Min laughed. That's brilliant, Lynn. She'll never recover from that. Exactly, Lynn May said with a satisfied smirk. And once Aya is out of the picture, Kai will realize he belongs with someone like me. Lynn May's friends nodded in agreement, eagerly awaiting the night of the gala. But what they didn't know was that their plan wasn't as perfect as they thought. The night of the Silvercrest Charity Gala arrived, and the school was transformed into a dazzling ballroom. Chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and tables adorned with sparkling decorations lined the room. Students arrived in their finest outfits, eager to enjoy the glamorous evening. Aya stood in front of the mirror in her dorm room, feeling a little out of place. Lily had helped her pick out a simple but elegant dress, a soft lavender gown that flowed gracefully as she moved. Her usual disguise of baggy clothes and oversized glasses was gone, and though Aya still kept her glasses on, she felt a little more confident tonight. "You look amazing," Lily said, beaming at her. She was wearing a bright red dress and looked just as beautiful. "I told you this would be fun." Aya smiled nervously. "I hope so." As they made their way into the ballroom, Aya's nerves grew. She could feel the eyes of her classmates on her, though they didn't seem to recognize her right away. Without her usual baggy clothes and glasses, she looked different, so much so that some of the students whispered to each other, wondering who she was. Kai, who had been standing with a group of friends, spotted Aya and Lily as they entered. His eyes widened in surprise when he saw Aya. "Wow! Aya!" he said, making his way over to her. Aya blushed, feeling self-conscious under his gaze. "Hi, Kai. You look amazing," Kai said, his voice full of admiration. "Thanks," Aya replied shyly. "Do you want to dance?" Kai asked, offering his hand. Aya's heart raced. She glanced at Lily, who gave her an encouraging nod. "Go for it," she mouthed. Taking a deep breath, Aya placed her hand in Kai's, and they made their way to the dance floor. As they danced, Aya felt herself relax. For the first time in a long time, she wasn't thinking about hiding or blending in. She was just enjoying the moment. But little did she know, Lin Mei and her friends were watching from the sidelines, ready to strike. Lin Mei's eyes narrowed as she watched Isa and Kai dance together. The sight of them smiling and laughing filled her with jealousy. How dare Aya think she could steal Kai's attention? "It's time," Lin Mei whispered to her friends. Jade, Leon, and Min nodded in agreement, and they slipped away to put the plan in motion. Jade grabbed a tray of drinks, while Min and Wei positioned themselves near the charity box. Lin Mei strutted over to where Aya and Kai were dancing. She plastered on a fake smile. "Kai, Aya, you two look like you're having fun," she said sweetly, though her eyes were cold. Kai smiled politely, but Aya could feel the tension in Lin's voice. "We are," Kai said. "Mind if I join in for a moment?" Lin asked, though she didn't wait for an answer. She stepped in closer to Aya, pretending to be friendly. "Oops!" she exclaimed suddenly. "I didn't see that there." Lin accidentally knocked the drink tray out of Jade's hands, spilling red punch all over Aya's dress. The crowd gasped, and Aya stood frozen in shock, her lavender dress now soaked in sticky red liquid. "Oh no, Aya," Lin said in mock concern, placing a hand over her mouth. "I'm so sorry. Let me help you clean that up." Before Aya could respond, Lin Mei's friends snickered from the sidelines, enjoying the spectacle. But Lin Mei wasn't done yet. She glanced over at the charity box, where Min and Wei were waiting. The punch stains spread across Aya's dress, making her feel exposed and humiliated. She could hear the snickers and whispers from around the room. Lin Mei's eyes glinted with satisfaction, but as she moved to carry out the next phase of her plan, something unexpected happened. Kai, who had been watching the whole thing, stepped forward. "That was no accident, Lin," he said firmly, his expression serious. "What are you talking about?" Lin Mei asked innocently, though her smile wavered. "You spilled that drink on purpose," Kai said, his voice loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. "You've been bullying Aya for months now, and I'm not going to stand by and let you do this anymore." A murmur spread through the crowd. Lin Mei's eyes widened in shock. "What? No, I would never—" "Yes, you would," Lily said, stepping forward. "We've all seen how you've treated Aya. It's time you stopped pretending to be innocent." Lin Mei's face turned red with anger. "You don't know what you're talking about." But before Lin could say anything else, the headmaster of Silvercrest, who had been watching from the sidelines, stepped forward. "Is there a problem here?" he asked sternly. Lin Mei froze, her heart pounding in her chest. This wasn't how things were supposed to go. Aya, still shaken by what had happened, took a deep breath and stepped forward. Sir, I think Lin and her friends were trying to set me up. The headmaster's eyes narrowed as he looked at Lin Mei and her group. I see, he said. We will need to discuss this further after the event. Lin Mei's face paled. She knew that once the headmaster got involved, there would be serious consequences. The rest of the evening passed in a blur for Aya. Though the punch had ruined her dress, Kai stayed by her side, making sure she felt supported. The students who had once ignored or bullied her began to see her in a different light. As for Lin Mei, she and her friends quickly became the center of gossip. Word spread fast about their failed scheme, and the respect they once commanded quickly crumbled. By the end of the night, Aya felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Relief. For the first time, she wasn't hiding. She wasn't pretending. And while she wasn't ready to reveal her full identity just yet, she knew that she had real friends by her side now. But little did anyone know, the most dramatic reveal was still yet to come.